Wow, exercise. Very good for the body. Hey, how we doing, friends? Yeah, I hope you're following the program one on one with Marcus Okure. Yeah, and I hope you've subscribed to the channel. Yeah. This morning I want us to talk on something. Have you noticed something that there is a connection? There seems to be connection between the people's behavior and development in the area or the environment. Now, I noticed that when you leave this country, you leave the shores of this country into more developed countries, there is a kind of sanity that dawns on you. You just see yourself behaving properly. You know, let's take for instance, there's this attitude. If people want to pee in Nigeria, you want to pee. A lot of us want to pee. You see people coming out from their cars in traffic situations. They just open their pennies and start weeing on the tires of their vehicle. You know, we've seen it severally. People eating banana after eating their bananas, they just fling the peel wherever they feel. If you are driving on the highway, you see people flinging all manner of things through the windows of their vehicles. You know, it has become a culture and a behavior, which is really nothing to write home about. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, sometimes it's so appalling, so annoying. But when you leave the shores of the country, you land in these developed or civilized countries, you just find out that so much has changed about you. And you see yourself, being very responsible and behaving very well. Take, for instance, when I landed Germany some years back, the Frankfurt International Airport, I just saw everywhere the environment so tidy, so neat. I needed no one to advise me that, guy, you have to behave properly. The behavior button automatically was clicked, was activated, and I saw myself, just behaving like the people over there. Because I saw the roads were very neat, so clean that you can even lie on it. I could not find a dirt anywhere. The other is even difficult for you to find sands. Everywhere interlocked, everywhere nylonly tied. So beautiful environment. You see the green environment. Even their trees are so responsible, even more responsible than many Nigerians. Why? Because they don't shed their leaves anyhow. There are times I couldn't even find a single leaf under trees. And it dawned on me that there is a connection, there's a sense of connection with or between development and the people's attitude or character. And I was sharing this somewhere, and a friend told me, even in Abuja, you get to Abuja, because Abuja is so clean and neat, people tend to behave better and behave where they don't throw this on the ground. And not just that alone. I spoke on the punitive measures. That's punishment for defaulters, for offenders, when you make or enact laws. It's very important. Because our punishment or punitive measure is so weak in this country, people just do things with relish. So if we must keep our environment clean, we have to activate good punitive measures for these various laws that guide the environmental protection and sanitation, to ensure that when people default, they are made to face the weight of the law. Until that is done, we cannot see, meaningful compliance to or in this regard. Let me give you another instance. I recall at the UN 2019 Global Festival of Action, where I was a resource person at the UN campus in Bonn. One of our governorship aspirant, governors elect then in one of the states, from one of the states of Nigeria, was present in that program. When it was time for us to eat, everybody lined up, queued up to take a meal. There was nothing like, hey, leave there for Chama, leave there. It was so orderly. And I asked myself, if this was to be in Nigeria, you will find a lot of youth pushing people, leave there, hey, Chama, they come, cutting corners. This spirit of cutting corners and all that. So environment development, civility has a way of affecting and impacting the attitude of the people. Then finally, government must also put necessary things in place to ensure compliance to all this. For instance, you are saying they should keep Nigeria clean. How can they keep Nigeria clean when there are no waste baskets everywhere you go to? Over there abroad, you see waste baskets at different intervals, short intervals. Everywhere, you see toilets everywhere, public facilities. Everything is put in place. So if you must keep the environment clean, you want people to comply, government has to also do its part. Then government has to also find a way of keeping the environment very clean. Because if you are walking on the road and you see that the road is so dirty, you'll be tempted, the animalism in you will be tempted to say, okay, let me add to the dirt of the road. And when you are caught, you say, of course, not be me. All this all the decision, I me throw away them. Not be me. So not be only me. So when the road is so neat, there's a kind of sense of hygiene that comes upon you naturally, and you want to follow because you don't want your name to be mentioned on the wrong side. Then with good punitive measures for any defaulting attitude, you will call yourself to order. I think we'll stop here today, friends. It's been a wonderful time with you. Thank you for being there for me. Keep flying and remain at the top. It's still Marcus Ekure. Don't forget to advise or encourage your friends to subscribe to this channel. Till we meet in our next edition. Bye for now.